All right. So first of all, we want to apologize to anyone who was waiting on us at 3. We lost time, but we lost track of time. And we are not, I don't like that you can only do it this way.
Hey.
But it is what it is.
It
All
is
right.
what it is.
So what are we talking about? So personally, I didn't have a lot of marriage conversations on the barbershop side of our business. I think we did have one thing.
What was it?
I don't know. It's dealing about, had to do something with spouses coming together.
I don't know. I can't remember.
You're supposed to remember that. That's your job.
I know.
What we going on? What we going live for?
We're just gonna talk about it. We're just gonna talk about something.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that? Well, you here
I
now?
don't want to make up nothing.
You here now? What did we talk about? I tell you what do come to my mind is being close to. Well, you did say that, being close to your spouse and the importance of intimacy in your marriage. And so, but before I say that, another thing came to my mind is that life is going to happen. Like this week, I can say was really trying, as far as us working together. Mm-hmm. It's just like it was financial drought. Mm-hmm. Like it was really slow. I was sharing with one of my clients today that this week felt like when COVID came, it was just a quietness. And so when you do work with, for those of you that are in business with your spouse, it's those times where you do have to sharpen each other and lean on each other to still be productive and make sure that activity that you do is still income producing activity, even though it may not be producing income at that time.
I know we did. We had something. We were talking about looking good for your spouse.
Oh, being attractive.
Being attractive for your spouse. And so the thing is that a lot of times we put emphasis on wives looking good for your husband.
That's true.
Because men are visual. Mm-hmm. And so let me see if I push it back so we can get more. Because I feel like we have to be.
Up close was good.
Hey, there we go. There we are. Because we feel like we have to. It's like it's too close, too far now. Mm-hmm. The same part. Anyway, you feel like you have to be like that. Only women have to look good for their husbands.
Or I know what it was. It was that men are visual. That men are visual only. Visual,
and women
are more emotional and auditory only. But women want to see their husband look good just as much as men want to see their wives look good.
Correct.
And men need to hear words of affirmation and encouragement just as much as women.
However, I do believe that men are more visual than women.
Like that census is more intense.
I don't know. That men are more visual than women when it comes to just men are more visual. So I think kind of like we talked with the 5 love languages. If a person is high on one particular love language, we have a tendency to tell the person just, hey, do this. But what you brought out, no, all 5 love languages need to be expressed, but this is the more common one. So yes, men are more visual. So wives, make yourself look nice, But it doesn't mean that men don't need to hear it as well. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the flip side, we say that women are more auditory. Y'all need to hear it more. But it doesn't mean that men should make themselves look good as well. You know what I'm saying? But it just may be this is more what's needed. Words of affirmation. Hey, nothing like words of affirmation and splickety splat plat as well. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So whatever. Here's advice for women. Whatever. See, can I say that? I'm gonna say it. Whatever your husband likes about you, that he says. That he compliments a lot. If he says, your legs are pretty or your, whatever. Find things that accentuate because he's visual, find things that accentuate that a lot more to him. And then that makes him like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? That makes him look a little more because you decided that, you know, he really liked my toes, or he really liked yellow fingernail.
Baby red.
He really liked yellow fingernail polish on my toes. Whatever. I don't know. Just a guy.
Never known a wife to come in.
Just
but I got you.
He really likes yellow on my toes. So that means women, make sure you put yellow on your, like, go get a pedicure, professionally done. When the manicurist asks you what color, you like, my boo like yellow, put yellow on, because that's what he likes to see, because he's looking. So I guess the opposite is, if the wife likes to hear whatever it, you know, that she is, baby, thank you for helping me out, and she likes to hear that, give it to her. You know what I'm saying? Or she likes compliment her, because you don't want Dexter complimenting her, because Dexter worked with her and they always talking. What?
I ain't said nothing.
I know you ain't said nothing. You just looking.
Hey.
You gonna act like that? Acting brand new.
So going back to Patrick, describing as far as the things that a husband may like, make sure that when we, I guess the sharpening would be when she polishes her nails yellow, be sure to compliment it.
That's
address
good.
it right then.
That's good.
Because a lot of times
that's good.
The man will see it and won't say. And she's like, I'm trying, I'm putting forth an effort, because I hear that a lot. It's like, I'm doing my part. And it's not to say that the husband, it's so interesting, the fact that we work together. I get to hear the barbershop side, and then you get to hear.
I don't hear nothing, because y'all be trying to be quiet.
We do know how to be discreet. Well, that's a part of being feminine. So, but let me finish.
Okay.
No.
All right, go ahead.
And so the thing is that it's not to say that from my earshot, it's not to say that the men do not see. They just have a tendency not to say. And that's where they drop the ball with the women. If I could give a word of advice or encouragement to husbands, it's like, don't let it slide. Your wife needs to hear. She needs to hear that I saw that. I'm digging it. Hey, give me that. Like, whatever that is, like, to keep it going, to keep her feeling attractive and keeping her engaged. And then by the same token, the wife doing what it takes to keep her husband engaged. And again, this is on both sides, because I think about, even when men, it's nothing more attractive than a man that is well groomed, and, you know, his skin is nice, and, you know, beautiful smile, white teeth, like those things, they look good. And we notice it, and it's like, ooh, you know. And so it's not to say that our attention don't continually need to be captured, so that we can want to hear what you have to say. Yeah.
What Donnell say?
Dexter gonna catch these hands. Facts. That's so true. Yeah. So anyway.
So here's the other thing that happened in the barbershop this week. We were having a discussion, and we were talking about, I'm trying to figure out how can I slide it in. We were talking about. Okay. So we were talking about how. All right, so let's go back to the looking good, or just we were really kind of talking about the enemy and how he could come in at any time. And I made mention about.
Oh, I got a good one too.
I made mention about it's good that we need to be always in communication with this. This is really not how it went. I forget how it went. But we need to be always in communication with each other, because men are visual, that we'll go out and we was talking about tripping up, as husbands tripping up, and men going off and not being faithful. And I say, and it's always the enemy that'll bring that good looking woman when we're not gelling. And you got to be careful about that. But the truth be told, here's the truth be told. This is a statement that we made. Whether we're gelling or not, he's always sending that woman that looks whatever it is regardless if we're in tune or not. But it helps better. It helps us better when we're in tune. Because other than that, yeah, yeah.
You fall for the curves. You get like the enemy, the snake.
Fall for the curve. I got you. Yeah.
All right.
But here's the thing too. Temptation is not ugly.
It is not.
Wait a minute. Oh, you said that too.
Wait a minute. You keep talking. I'm engaging in the conversation.
Yeah, but hey, did y'all see that? She said it is not. Oh my God. All right, go ahead. All right, confession time. Go ahead.
This is not confession. I don't have no confession. You get on my nerve.
So
that you always put me out there.
So temptation is not ugly.
No, it's not.
So
wait, it comes in a well-fitted skirt. It comes in a suit. It comes in the heels.
That's your thing, though.
It comes in the whatever that floats your boat. It shows up like that. One of the things that I thought of. Wait. What you gonna do is wait your turn.
Hold on. No, go back. Don't forget. So it's not that he's not. So when things are going well, he's still sending. So it's not that only when things are bad that the temptation comes. He's always sending the temptation. It's just more visible to my eye now. That's so good. Because now I have taken my eye off, first of all, God. Second of all, you. And therefore, he or she, whoever you are, has become more visible. But he's always sending. He's always sending something. But there's
I guess the best way to say is that we're more vulnerable.
Temptation.
More vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because, we're open to the attacks because we're not putting in the reps of staying
in contact, in connection with one another. Gotcha.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is one of the things that came to my attention too, with the advancement of technology and everything, is that that the algorithm is keeping a score of data. It's keeping information on us. And so the same thing with the enemy. We know that there's nothing new under the sun. And so the enemy has running data on us. He may not be able to read anything we write or understand a word that we say, but he pays attention to our actions. He pays attention to how we constantly do what we do, how we feel when we cry, like different little things. He's paying attention as well, and so he knows how to stay engaged. He knows how.
Girl,
he knows how to send that thing that run whatever that thing that worked for us in the past. Because again, the algorithm and the enemy don't forget.
So we said all that to say, stay in constant communications
and focus
and stay engaged with your. She's taking shots. Stay engaged with your spouse at all times because the enemy is always lurking and he's looking to see when he can devour.
And that's his nature,
to get you off course.
Yeah. And so now that leads to the intimacy part. And so a lot of times as married couples, we avoid the thing that God sets in place as a gift to keep us connected.
That's good.
And so when we are dismissive of regularly making it an atomic habit to have sex with one another.
With your spouse.
I said, with one, yes, your husband.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, great. With your spouse, then you are automatically giving way to the enemy to come in.
When you don't.
When you do not practice habitually having sex with your spouse, you are inadvertently giving the enemy permission to take care of the business that you didn't take care of. So with that being said, I think that I don't know if a lot of spouses are like saying, well, that's not as important. Like, well, we don't have to do that right now, or it's special occasion. Like, no, you need to make sure that just like you brush your teeth, wash your face, groom your hair, go to the barbershop, get your nails done, get your hair done, make sure you on point, make sure that you take care of the business, wives, and make sure you lay the law down, husbands. It works. I'm telling you, like they say the Bible is outdated and God don't know what he's doing. You cannot tell me that chance came up with husband and wife having sex and magic on like, no, God was very intentional about that. And I'm telling you that when we do what God gives us to do, the way he gives us to do it, we will see the results.
Amen.
You know, and another thing, I'm on my sex soapbox.
Remember, we're trying to keep it live short, though. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So, Patrick, and another thing is that it's not restricted only to procreation. And when I think about procreation, like, yes, you should be bringing forth fruit, but it should not be duty fruit. It should be it should be work that you enjoy doing.
Ain't no duty fruit.
Don't no husband want no duty booty, and don't no wife want no duty booty either. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you want to be wanted. You want, and listen, don't be trying to get your husband to want you when you know that you look at how you looking in your breath stink. Like, come on. We have to do our parts for one another, like really be intentional so that we can set the stage to do what God has asked us to do in his word, because it works.
Right. So the word in Corinthians tells us that we must be mindful not only the things of God, but of the things of our spouse, how we may please them.
Yes.
And so that says something other than a duty for, like, marriage is just for this. Like, whatever it is that pleases my wife, that's within the boundaries of God's word and character. Have at it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And marriage is a responsibility. Marriage is an assignment and it is a responsibility, but it's not to say that we are not to be enjoying this assignment. Correct. And enjoying this responsibility. Right. It's not a tedious task for me to be married to you. I'm telling time, I'll give my own testimony.
Okay, gotcha.
It is not a tedious task to be married to you, though sometimes you make me pray twice as hard. But it's okay.
Y'all. Thank y'all for coming.
And I'm pretty sure that the same can be said.
That's the setup. That's the setup. That's the setup.
Hilarious. But yeah, so it's not to say that we're not gonna bump and bruise each other, but at the end of the day, it's like, let's set that aside and let's make sure that we handle what we're supposed to handle so that we don't leave any gaps, any space for the enemy to come in. Yeah. At the end of the day, all beefs aside, all tips aside, I'm gonna need to get that.
Anyway. All right. Thank y'all. Listen, again, we're sorry for not coming on at 3 today. We'll see you next Saturday at 3 p.m. live on, what are we on now? Instagram. Don't forget, on the 28th of October at 7 p.m., we'll be going live on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to His Wife or Husband and also share it with somebody. Yeah. And we'll see you on the other side. All right, take care.
Take care.
Did it work? Nope.